this is one thing, like I said, why should you expand beyond national borders at all? And you see this, like in many cases, people will think that we'll make in India because we have, lesser creation costs in India. And this can particularly be true for companies which are, to an extent tech based. Okay, so you can have lesser creation or manufacturing costs in India, and you can be looking to sell to the world. Someone is asking, will be getting a copy of this PPT. Why don't you focus, let's have an interesting discussion on this. You will not need the PPT. All right. So let's talk about that. Okay. So, and then there can be entities which are testing waters for sale to new countries. So like they want to check like how you dip your food in the water and see how it is. And then you kind of, enter into it. So that's what is like testing waters. You're going to test a market. You're going to look whether it works, whether it is feasible for you to operate. Is it possible for you to manage that entity from India? How does the coordination work? How does the taxes work? How do the taxes work? You're going to try out all of those things. And that will give you like, an idea of how you should go international and whether you should go international at all. This is sometimes you can find more favorable business environment in other countries as compared to India. You can have situations where the incorporation is very easy, tax regime is very easy. Things are like, more favorable for a business development as compared to India. And you may look that, if I earn in this country, not only will I earn in a foreign currency, things are more easier for me to operate there. They are more smooth. Okay. Many people who would have lived like, out of India might feel these kinds of things that for India, you will have this situation that at every stage you have to be alert, careful. There will be documentation involved. There can be hitches that come for a process to go through. But these kinds of things might be quite lower in, in jurisdictions outside India. So this is one reason why people may choose that. We are having some comments here. Yeah, that's for Aniket. Okay, thanks, Aniket. Your business model actually works outside India rather than in India. Like you're working in a situation or in an environment which is more suitable or which works for a culture and everything that is outside India rather than in India. In India, you operate in a very typical culture, and I tell you that it's not just the business model. Even your naming of the brand can impact this. And I remember ages back, like I used to have this marketing lesson that you had at that time a very famous cosmetic brand that used to be called Tips and Toes. Okay, and this had like nail polishes and so on. So that brand had initially been launched in India with the name Kiss and Tell. Okay, so that was what the initial name that it had launched with. And then it was not selling, like despite being of the best quality and everything and a good price, it wouldn't sell. And then they researched and they found out that, people were simply hesitant to go to a shopkeeper and say, give me Kiss and Tell, So it's very typical for like how India operates. You have to look at how things work in India, and you have to plan your business model around what works in that specific location. So if you have developed something that will actually work out of India rather than in India, it wouldn't work in India for specific purposes, then you might think of like, you may be operating in India, but you may be based in India, but all your business is out of India. So you may be in a zone like that. Now, so if you're looking at actually expanding your business, beyond the national borders. Why would Dubai be a good place to start? Right? Can anybody tell me this? Why do you think Dubai works? Can anyone say something here? There are lots of founders, management consultants. We would like to see you guys say something. There are free zones, zero tax. Obviously, it's a huge incentive that you have zero tax. Okay. It's a tax haven. Many people are saying it's a tax haven. Tax is something lots of people are keen on. What else? Anything beyond tax that you can think of? It's English language. It's tax free. It's only VAT. It's business friendly. Many benefits for re-exporting. Thank you, Yatin. Okay, so that is it's like a trade hub. Okay, and we're going to come to that. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else works for Dubai? Representing the world market, probably because there is a huge diversity. So you have like, lots of different, the market is very, like, it's not standard at all. Most overseas companies have offices there, so networking is great, a side advantage. Well connected with other countries, yeah. How many of you travel? Like, you travel to US, Dubai is a hub. You travel to UK, Dubai is a hub where you probably change the flights and all. Okay. So yeah, high skilled workforce from across the planet. Absolutely. They are in fact keen on repatriation. Expatriate workers. I'm sorry. Expatriate workers are high in Dubai. Loads of people who are immigrant workers. Okay. So high skilled workforce from across the planet. Very good. You guys have like kind of summed up a lot of different points.